Have you ever had a connection with someone that felt so right, yet over time, you just couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing? You love them, they love you, and yet you start to feel like you're drifting apart. It's confusing because you think love should be enough to hold things together, right? But here's the thing, a relationship needs more than just love, it needs effort, growth, and two people who are willing to move forward together. We've all been there in those moments where we try so hard to hold on, convincing ourselves that if we just love a little bit harder, that things will get better. But sometimes, no matter how much love is there, the other person may not be willing to meet you halfway. That's when you realize that maybe this isn't where you're meant to be. And that's one of the hardest lessons to learn. I got a poem for that experience. And if you've ever found yourself feeling torn between love and the reality of a relationship, then this might hit home for you. Sometimes you could feel a connection with someone and yet find yourself drifting apart from them. This is because while the love you feel for each other is plenty, the effort made is not enough. Sometimes you've got to accept the bitter truth that despite how you both belong to each other and how right it feels when you're together, the other person isn't doing their job in moving your relationship forward. It's difficult, but you've just got to acknowledge that sometimes the person you're in love with is not the one you're meant to end up with. You're meant to be with someone who doesn't compromise on the work they're supposed to put in to keep you in their life. You're meant to be with someone who makes you feel like they care enough to value your presence in their life. It's a tough realization, but sometimes the love you have for someone isn't enough to make things last. And that's okay. It's not about giving up on love. It's about knowing your worth and finding someone who not only loves you, but works with you to create a future that's meant to last. Because true love is more than just a connection. It's a commitment.